sure. Explain a little bit because, a lot of ProAms also do have professional lives. And you certainly mentioned how ballroom dancing kind of made you a better CEO. Explain a little bit on that.
Sure.
For us. How did it make you become a better CEO?
Well, off the dance floor, I was the CEO of my own agency, right? And as a CEO, you're the leader, you're calling the shots. When you're on the dance floor as a female, you're the follower. And it was the hardest thing to learn to follow because once I knew the routine, I wanted to lead my teacher, right? And we constantly have these fights.
I think we've all had that problem.
Yeah. Will you let me lead? In fact, one of my teachers said to me, the hardest people to teach are, women executives because they're so used to leading off the dance floor, they can't give it up, right? But you eventually learn that you cannot, as the female, be leading your male partner. And so I realized that, being a strong follower was as important as being a strong leader. And of course, to have a winning team, you need to have both, right? They have to be equally strong. And so taking that lesson off the dance floor, I realized that if I wanted to grow our business, that maybe a better strategy would be to sell and to create a bigger mid-sized national agency by selling and not being the CEO. Ballroom dancing, you would never have understood that that a winning strategy could be you, not the CEO, but you being a strong follower of a CEO or our new CEO.
I certainly agree with that because it's kind of interesting that you, say that because Renee and I both, physicians obviously in different places, we spent pretty much most part of our day telling people what to do. We tell people whether it's our office staff or hospital staff or even patients that come in, they don't know us from up the wazoo. But this person is entrusting in you actually spending all your day telling people what to do.
You're the authority.
Correct. And then in the evening, now you flip, you're in the studio. You have to take a step back. Because now, and I think it's really, really important too, because, like a winning strategy, you know when to take a step back. Now you are the follower. You have to listen. It's not always you that's going to be right. And sometimes even when you think you're clashing, to resolve within yourself, this person knows more than I do. That's his or her expertise.
Exactly.
And so, it's kind of interesting that you brought up this analogy because I thought we always talk about it all the time.
No, actually, I'll give you a joke. So when I started, I was in upstate for a couple of years and I now realized I was doing rhythm. My teacher at one point just said, you know what, close your eyes. Because he's like, I have to lead you. But it was very hard for me. Like we are used to being in a leadership role, which we all have been in this room. It's really difficult to kind of step back. And he finally said, close your eyes. He's like, you're not in control. He's like, I'm going to blindfold you. But it was quite useful. It was extremely helpful. And I'm still working at it. I assume I'm a better follower. I can ask my teacher on Tuesday.
Let's get a real scoop.
But it's a work in progress because you are switching gears.
Yes.
In regards to your career, could you give us some information on the awards? You had a Most Creative Peer Agency and a Women in Communications Award.
Remember I said that the reason that I started my consultancy, Joyful Planet, to help individuals and organizations discover and actively live their purpose is because I think knowing and living your purpose is a competitive advantage, whether you're an individual or a business. And we need to communicate how, why people should hire us, why people should come and work with us. So I articulated what today would be called a business purpose, and that business purpose was PT and Company, which was the name of our agency. PT and Company is committed to creating great work, a great workplace, and great communities that work. Everybody, all of the employees of our agency knew what that purpose was, and we were focused and driven by our purpose. And that business purpose helped us to achieve within 8 years recognition as the #1 most creative PR agency in the whole country and the #2 best workplace among all PR agencies in the country. Now, I don't know if, objectively we were either of those things, but I know that, my colleagues and I firmly believe that, and that's how we built the agency. So,
Do you have a favorite Ginger Rogers move?
no.
I'm putting you on the spot now.
Yeah, it's all about Ginger. My favorite film of hers was Top Hat, because I love that feather dress. And in fact, I have a feather dress myself, which Christina Stakova designed for me, but she said it was Ginger Rogers 2012, I think, which is the year that I wore that dress. And I think I've only worn that dress once, when I was the honoree at Dancing Classroom, the annual gala. In fact, that's how I got involved and now I'm on the board, and have been happily so. I'm thrilled to be part of the organization, but I owe it all to Ginger.
So tell us a little bit about the program with Dancing Classroom. I know there's a Mad Hot Ball, a big event that's usually in the spring.
Yes, we're very excited, and I hope you 3 ladies will come and support us. But it's our major annual fundraiser for the year for our program, which is a 10-week-long in-school residency, which a young boy or a young girl can start, the first class, they don't even want to touch each other, right? Right? But by the end of 10 weeks, this young boy knows how to ask a young girl, to please, may I have this dance, and to escort her to the floor in proper escort position and lead her in a proper foxtrot, waltz, merengue.
If she's willing to follow, because if we're the other if it was me, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you bothering me?
But they all are. But what I love about this is that it really democratizes education, I think, for young people who participate in our program. Because a young boy from an inner city school will have all the confidence to be able to go up to a young girl attending private school and ask her properly, may I have this dance?
Yeah, and the amazing thing that I do like is also, especially, as you say, Carrie Steinmetz, she's one of our fellow ProAms.
Right.
I mean, and of course even though you don't compete, to me, a ProAm is always a ProAm, okay? The concept of giving back, I really love that.
Yeah.
Because I always think it's always, when you have things,
Yes.
okay, don't forget. And maybe some of us may have even come from even more modest background, or maybe not, but when you have something and it's beautiful to you, I always think it's always great, for the sake of humanity, don't forget your fellow man.
Exactly.
Especially if it's something that's not affordable to them.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of opportunity for us as ProAms to give back to the community in a lot of different ways. And
So we're going to segue into fun facts.
All right.
Okay.
So it's like the lightning round.
You sprung up a surprise on me, yes.
Okay.
So give us some fun facts about yourself.
All right. Born and raised in Hawaii, and I'm an island girl. If you look at my
We're all island girls.
We're all
Here,
island.
here.
There's
Cheers.
something
Island
about
girls.
island girls, right? You can take the girl out of the island, but you can't take the island
Out
of the girl.
Yeah, I owe it all to Ginger.
Alrighty. Cheers.
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 Thank you, Patrice, for speaking with us today.
And there
Thank
ends our
you.
segment. This was great. We learned so much. As I said, multifaceted, multi-talented, Ms. Tanaka.